What we have here is some examples of erosion. You need to remember that erosion is movement of material. Weathering is breaking down the rock, but erosion is where it's actually moved from one place to another by wind, water, ice, things along those lines. We can see right here the effects of erosion as it washes away hillsides and such as that. Vegetation, plants of all types, trees, grass, and such as that, tend to hold the soil in place with the roots. We can see here where the trees have been removed and quite a bit of erosion is taking place. Here, this goes back to the idea of the reading passage that architects, those are people that design and build homes, need to have a good idea of the surrounding landscape. Obviously, these choices were not well made when deciding to build these structures, as this one is about to literally wash off into a valley. Same here. Not all erosion is caused by water. Now, this particular one, and this is in, and you may need to enlarge this on your own. This is Petra in Jordan, Jordan is in the Middle East. You can see here it's close to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, such as that. Water originally formed this valley, but since then the climate has changed and it is very dry here. The cliffs and such now are being sculpted by wind. You can see there's actually a temple here. This was a building. So it goes up inside the mountain. Here we see deposition from erosion. So these are actually rivers that are running and dumping into the ocean, and you can see the dirt in the video, or actually in the reading, they call it silt. We have silt screens by the school where they're doing that construction. Those black little fences they put up to keep all that dirt from washing into the road and such as that. Here we see more deposition. This is the Mississippi River Delta. And you can see where water from the Mississippi that has silt and sediment in it is being washed into actually the Gulf of Mexico. That is this area in here. This obviously is the water. Now let's talk for a moment about the last question. This is a topographic map. These are two different settings. This is 1958, Mount St. Helens, which is in the state of Washington here in the US. And this is 1983 after the eruption. So we see our contour lines. These are the lines running here. And these are differences in elevation. This contour line is at 8,000 feet. This contour line is at 9,200 feet. We can see after the eruption that the entire side of the mountain has disappeared. A breach is something that's broken. If you breach a dam, that means you've broken a hole in the dam and the water is able to flow out. But you can see the elevation has changed already. 3D maps really show, topographic maps really show 3 dimensions in 2 dimensions. So this is a 3-dimensional map of a couple of hills. And you can see that 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet. Down here, we see the 2-dimensional flat map. Same in this area right here. As you work your way through your reading assignment today, please make sure that you bear these things in mind, and it will help you be very successful.